Hey, did you watch the SNL thing last night?
No.
Oh, it was so funny. So good.
Some of it was funny.
I
some
taped
of it
it.
was not that funny. I don't.
You taped it? What year is this?
Well, I've recorded on.
I taped this. I taped it.
I recorded it.
Yeah, you'll never watch it.
Yes, I will. We're going to watch the rest of it today.
Sure you will.
Yes, we are.
Was there enough space on the PVR with all the episodes of Blue Bloods?
No, we don't tape that. That's on enough. Although I'll have you know that Blue Bloods has ended now. It's completely done. Series over.
How would
The
anyone?
only person that would know that.
You are the only one that would know that. That is very true. Well, here we go. Are we ready? Yes, we're going. Hey, this is due to Underwhelming Demand with Dave, Rachel, and Forman, the podcast that comes with a 25% tariff for American listeners. Yeah, because two can play at this game, okay?
Yeah, really.
Okay,
Yeah. With your Captain America hat? I'm sorry, sir.
Well, I'm sorry I get the Captain, and Forman's got his Captain Canada hat on.
I
There
got
you go.
all kinds of Canadian
There you
stuff
go.
on.
I'm even wearing Roots today.
There you go.
This is because I got this for Valentine's Day, actually.
Captain America?
The Captain, because there's a new movie. We're Marvel nerds.
Yes.
So we
that's
just
right.
went to I never even thought for a second that my Captain America would.
That's the
It's
first
just for the
thing
movie.
Foreman thought.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
why are
just
you
for the
wearing that?
movie. Yeah,
The
just
day
for
I
the movie.
grab every Canadian thing I have,
Yeah.
and you put on Captain America just to ruin it.
Look, okay, I didn't. That's not exactly why, but what
I
I will
actually
s-
didn't think about this and wore Roots, so I feel that very patriotic.
Okay, whatever. Listen, stop booing at anthems, though. Okay, can we stop that? Stop the booing.
I don't
at
love the
anthems.
booing at anthems, but I understand why people might.
Well, I guess I understand why, but just don't
Just
boo
win
at
the game and have more fights, please.
anthems. Yeah, that could work.
That was great.
That would
Yeah.
be. Listen, I don't understand why we do anthems at sporting events anyway. I don't. I don't
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
Stop. We could
It's
stop
like the only
doing
place
that.
we do it.
Stop doing that.
Other
Anytime-
than that, other
when
than
it comes
school.
to this with the hockey thing, play the anthem at the end.
Sure.
Fine. The winning country
winning team. Sure.
Yeah, play it at the end. But stop.
Right.
Don't.
You
boo.
do realize how weird it is when you sit through and watch the anthem of Finland and then Sweden. They're odd.
Are they?
Yeah. Not sure I could even hum those.
Well,
but
because
yeah.
they
I
have to
don't
have
know
the
them.
singers or choirs come out and they sing it in
Oh.
either Swedish or Finnish, right? And
Yes,
it's
I
just
did see one.
Yeah.
I think
It's
I saw
jarring.
the
No, I
Swedish
haven't seen
choir.
that. I haven't seen that.
Nothing wrong with them, and nobody booed those anthems.
No, stop
No,
doing anthems.
well, they're
Yeah,
not
stop it.
threatening our sovereignty.
No,
So-
stop booing anthems. Okay, well, with that said, let's get going. I just got back. I just returned from, and I know you did too, Rachel, from a holiday south.
Must be nice.
I
for
know.
the both
Must be
of
nice.
ya.
It was
Wow,
nice.
la-di-da.
It was nice. It was really nice, actually. It was so nice to get away from.
Tell us more.
It's a first
and then
world problem to come home
here's
to
what
the snow.
I'm going to tell you more. I'm not going to waste your time telling you what a great time I had when I went south. I don't think Rachel's going to do that either.
No.
But I got to spend an extra day in paradise because the weather here was so terrible.
Yeah.
We all know that part.
Yeah, we
Yes.
know that. We
Yeah.
were here when you were there.
Yeah, I know. Well, what happened was my flight home, which was to have been on a Wednesday afternoon, was canceled early Wednesday morning, even though the flight to where I was staying, so my plane arrived, but they decided early on, before the snowstorm even hit, that they were canceling the return flight. And I think they did that. I was with Air Canada. I've never had this happen before, but it was Air Canada, and I think they did it with a lot of their southern destinations because here's how it works. They have a plane load of people leaving Pearson Airport, that's where I came from, headed to wherever they're going, and then they pick up last week's plane load or people that have been there for a while, and they return the
Right.
same day. That's how it works. You take
Yeah.
some down, you bring some home. So it became, I think, easier for them to just go, well, we'll leave the planes and the crew, and once the airport's open, we'll come back. And so we found out reasonably early, and we knew there was a snowstorm, and we knew we were going to be landing probably right in the middle of it.
Yeah, you would have.
So we, our plan was, I guess if it's really bad, we'll just spend the night in Toronto, which we really didn't want to do.
No.
Because there's nothing worse when you're trying to get home than to be stuck in Toronto.
Yeah.
You're like 2 hours away, get me home.
Yeah.
But that was a plan. I mean, if we have to stay, we'll stay. And the best case scenario for us was, well, what if they, canceled our flight or we stayed here? We would be happy with that. So that's what we got. But let me just tell you that, and it sounds great because you do get an extra, pretty much a full day in Paradise. We had to leave early the next morning. We
And
were
not being stranded at the airport there.
no,
great
which is
too.
great. I
Yeah, if they
wasn't
cancel it
stranded at an
before you
airport.
get to the airport,
They
that's
canceled
key.
it, so we didn't have to worry about that stuff. But you're on the hook for your. If you think that the airline's going to give you money back for that, no, it's weather related, so you're on the hook. So you got to get your room. You got to pay for, and it's an extra night, and it's not cheap. It's just not. It's none of those things.
No.
But, it's better to be there. And we managed to get a room. We had to switch rooms, but we managed to get a room, and we spent the night, and we had to be up and out the very next day. And we were on an early flight. I mean, we took off. We were up and gone out of where I was staying at like 8 before 8 in the morning, which was a way better time to fly home than my original flight, which was late in the afternoon because you don't get home till 11 at night or whatever.
Right.
So anyway, off we go. Smooth flight. No complaints. And they even fed us, which I thought was very nice of Air Canada because none of us got food at our resorts because we were up and gone before they even opened for breakfast. So
yeah.
they fed us. They gave us we all got sandwiches and chips or whatever we wanted.
Good.
And we were on the ground at 1:15 in the afternoon, which was great. I thought, this is perfect.
Yep.
We can get out of here. It takes you a while. You got to go through customs. You got to get your bags. You got to get to your vehicle. But I can be home 4:30, 5. I was happy about that. I thought that. And, the snow stopped. There's no problems with driving, all of that stuff. Except, this is the one thing you don't realize. And if you've ever had a flight canceled, then maybe you understand. And Forman, I know that one time you tried to fly out of London. You didn't even... You didn't. Not only did you not fly out
back into London.
You didn't fly back into.
It was buses.
Yeah.
It was sitting on the tarmac in Toronto for a couple of hours because they had no place to put us because we weren't. We were landing in London and it swooped and turned to Toronto.
Yes. Okay.
And you got. Nice to hear that you got sandwiches because our plane ran out of water. You couldn't even flush the toilet.
I'm not complaining, but what happens is a canceled flight is, it's a drain financially and in those ways. And basically when you land at the airport and you're a canceled flight. And so there, as I said, the week before, I know because I was in an Air Canada area at the gates for Air Canada, there were flights going to Barbados, Bahamas, Jamaica. They're going all over the place.
Ooh,
so
pretty mama.
And they would have all, they would have all been canceled, likely because of that because they would have been coming back the same time on a Wednesday night during a snowstorm.
Yeah. Yes.
So now we all show up at the airport, and you're right, Forman, they have nowhere to put you. Mm-hmm. They're expecting you. They let you land, but then
they don't have a gate for you.
Yeah,
right.
we taxied in, we taxied, and then the pilot comes on and says, "Okay, we're just about at our gate, but we're waiting for our flight crew." That's the other thing that you don't have, the landing crew, because the landing crew is busy with a flight that's supposed to be there.
Oh, I see.
They're not
there
for you, and then
there's nothing worse than sitting on the tarmac. And you don't know what's going on.
We sat, and then
How long did you sit for?
Well, I'll tell you. And so then
I'm starting to enjoy the story now.
Yeah, I know. And then they said, well, they're going to switch us to a different gate, which is good because you won't have as far to walk to get to customs. I'm like,
okay.
I don't really care. Can we just get off?
Right.
Nope.
Right. And so we start moving, and then we sit. And we sit. And they've got, and here's the other thing. The seatbelt light is on. You are not allowed to stand. And people refuse to understand that. Because every time we stop, when you're on the ground and everything, people think, well, I'll just get up.
Yeah.
And then
I need to stretch my legs.
And then the flight attendant screams at them, ladies and gentlemen, that is a flight risk. Like that's it's a security risk.
Right.
You must remain in your seats.
You start to discover how many people don't care about the rules, how many children are on board, how many babies are on board.
Oh, yeah.
They make themselves known.
You get all of that stuff. Sure you do. So what did I say, 1:15? I'm going to be generous and say roughly around 2:30. We finally walked off our airplane. So we were off the airplane, and customs is reasonably quick at Pearson. They have a system there.
You scan them right there?
You go to kiosks and you do your thing.
Right,
And it's, if you've done it once, you know how to do it, and it's not that hard.
Yeah.
And then we had a little bit of a walk, and then down we go to the luggage, and there's our luggage carousel, and one of our bags was already spinning around. That's awesome. We get it off, and then we noticed that it was still going, but most of the bags are gone, and there's no more bags. I'll give you, let me see, how long did we stand there? Almost an hour, waiting and waiting and waiting with no luggage, nothing coming off.
And plenty of other people are still standing there too.
There's other luggage going other places. People, flights that are supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Their luggage was coming off. They weren't having any issues.
So your whole plane stood for an hour, or?
Some people
Just
were
you.
lucky. There was, I think, basically what happened is if another plane came in, they immediately went and got their bags. So some of our bags came off, and then they probably went somewhere else and got other bags. And then eventually our bags ended up coming, but it was a long.
Yeah,
So what time did I
waiting.
land? 1:15. Now I got to get to where my car was parked outside. So then I got to get the snow off the car with shorts on.
You're still wearing shorts.
Well, you know.
My God. Okay.
I mean, anyway, so we get in the vehicle. We're on the road, and Toronto at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. 4, and I landed at 1:15. So 4 o'clock.
So about 3 hours.
Yeah,
it takes an hour to get out of Toronto Airport anyway. Like from landing
usually,
to getting
yes,
to your
and
car.
I get that, but that would
so
have been that would have put me at
but
maybe 2:30. That I could accept.
Yeah,
but now
I
it's
know.
4 o'clock.
Now you're in
and you
rush
know what
hour.
it's like trying to go from the 427 to the 401 at rush hour in Toronto?
It's brutal.
Yeah,
You don't.
really is. It's brutal. Anyway, long story short, we arrived home, and God bless the city of London. They normally, after a snowstorm, I guarantee you, and I know because we just had another one, they won't plow my street usually for 2 or 3 days. You know, because we're a side street. I get it. I'm not a bus route, whatever. So I wasn't expecting. I knew there would be snow in the driveway, but, you know, the city's not going to plow. It only snowed last night. They're not going to plow.
Right.
Oh, yeah, they plowed.
Oh.
And so we arrived
Well,
home.
that's a nice surprise.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Because you can't get in the driveway.
Well, we attempted to.
Oh, no, you got stuck.
If you go fast enough, you can blow through that wall of ice.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
Oh, no.
No, you can't. So I guess I better get out in my shorts and see if I can get this unstuck. Anyway.
Next time you wear pants on the way home, or you take pants in your carry-on and you change at the airport.
Yeah, it's wonderful to have that extra day, Forman. Just wonderful.
Just wonderful. First world
I'm sure
problems.
I'm enjoying it.
This is due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast that will make you say, what the hell?
What the hell, man?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I hope that's your reaction when we're done.
What the hell,
Why did I
man?
just do that
what
to
the
myself?
hell? We are Dave, Rachel, and Foreman.
Yeah, that's exactly my reaction at the end of my cake baking experience.
What the hell?
You baked a
Yes.
cake. Wow.
Uh-huh. Well, I tried to.
You,
baked
not your
a-
wife?
No, she was out.
Okay.
And Harley and I, our oldest, who's 11, almost 12, decided let's do something nice and bake a cake. Just because it was the weekend, we had downtime. Ash was out getting her hair done, and it gets did.
Oh, yeah, it's a long.
She's
yeah,
gone
that's a long-
4 hours.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
yeah.
You're gone forever. I don't know what it is you guys
don't
do.
understand it.
I don't
it's
understand
the color
it
that
either.
takes a while to put in, and then you have to let it sit and set for, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes or whatever.
Why the color?
Well, they
Why?
have to do like just
And
every
a
layer.
whole bunch
like,
of different colors, all layered and blended.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And shaded.
It's
I
a
don't
3-hour job.
Like,
It
who
is.
cares? Like, why? It looks lovely. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. It's absolutely stunningly
I know.
beautiful, but it was
Yep.
before that.
That's what I
Oh,
think
that's
too. But
nice.
whatever.
Yeah.
I know. It's the same.
Well,
here.
I don't have any gray hair, so that's, I'm sure Ashley's the same.
She doesn't anyway.
Okay. I will never know if I have any.
You don't anyway because your hair's so blonde.
Yes,
Yeah.
yours would be white.
It would go white, I think.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it'd be white. You're lucky.
Am I? I
gosh.
don't know.
White. Yeah. It's just
And I
white.
bet you some of the highlights you get done actually make it lighter. Do they not? They do.
A
You
little
knew
bit
that.
lighter,
That's a
yes.
rhetorical question.
I get lighter and I get low lights. Yeah.
Just what a waste.
Okay.
I know.
Time, money. Anywho,
all of that.
we just decided let's make the day a little bit better, and we're gonna make a cake. And we have the Betty Crocker boxed cakes, right?
Okay.
Sure. So how hard can that be?
Can't
Right.
be hard.
Easy.
Harley's following the instructions. I'm carrying out the activities. You really only need, it's like 3 eggs and a couple cups of milk, and then you mix it together and you put it in the oven. That's basically all it is.
Right.
Yeah.
And you, Rachel, you're
Might
saying,
need
yep,
some
because
oil,
it's like you
sometimes
know
oil.
that off the top of your head. Yeah, there's some oil in there or something.
It might be oil, water, and egg, or oil, milk, and egg, or yeah.
Yeah.
Now let's. I think you should preface this though, Forman. You're actually a decent cook.
Yeah,
Would
I
you
know
say?
that you cook.
Yeah.
I would say on occasion when I do cook, yes.
Yeah, but you know
I
what
didn't
you're
know
doing. You know your way around the kitchen.
I think so.
You're not
Yeah.
afraid to do cooking. Now baking is obviously different from cooking.
Sure.
It's
yeah.
it's a different category, and
But
some
it's-
people will say they like cooking way better than baking, or vice versa.
Well, baking, yeah, but I don't think this is baking. It's a cake in a box. Like you're
True, it's not
add
really.
some milk
Okay.
and some eggs, maybe some
How
oil.
hard
and-
can it be? Right?
Exactly.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's why I didn't even glance at the instructions.
Who needs those?
To which Ashley would say, "Why would you need instructions? It's a box cake. Everyone knows that off by heart. No one even needs to look at the instructions."
Well, I don't know it off by heart, but I would look at the instructions to be like, how do I
Apparently she
make
does.
this kind?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm looking through the baking pans. Now we've mixed the stuff. Harley's the one reading the instructions. I am not. We're looking through the pans. Is this cake pan good enough? I don't know. She's saying it's however many centimeters deep. And I'm like, yeah, it is. Good. Done. Let's put it in the pan, put it in the oven. You check it with the toothpick.
Yeah.
See when it's done.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, after the whatever it is, 10 minutes or the allotted amount of time, you open up the oven to put in the toothpick and realized it looks like a balloon, a chocolate balloon.
Did
And
you put
it's
baking soda in it?
jiggly.
It's a souffle.
jiggly.
Basically, he's got a souffle.
It's
now.
a raw, jiggly souffle.
What did you put in
It
it?
looks like a Jiffy Pop, Rachel.
It does.
You know when
Did you
Jiffy
put-
we used to put Jiffy
Yeah.
Pop on and then the thing would
The
pop
tin
up.
foil?
Yeah.
Yes.
Tin foil popcorn
Yeah.
thingy?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. That's exactly what it looked like. Yeah.
What did you put in this cake?
Well, when yours truly rustled the box out of the recycle bin to read what the hell went wrong.
Oh my
What went wrong?
God.
We did everything right except that it's supposed to be 2 pans. It's way too much mix for one single pan.
Did you use a 9-inch round pan?
Yes.
One
you're
of-
supposed to use
only
2
one.
of those.
Yeah, you are supposed
Yeah.
to use 2.
Oh, who knew that?
Well, it's a lot of batter for one pan. Did it all fit
Seemed
in one
fine.
pan?
It all fit in there.
Like
it didn't
right to the
overflow.
very top?
It was near the top.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That was.
I mean,
Harley's in
it's
charge
gonna
of the
rise.
instructions.
Don't sure blame your 11-year-old.
You know what? I cannot let my kids handle like I have to double check things because stuff like that will go wrong every single time I entrust them with something like that.
Yeah, but you can't do everything for your kids. Like they
Right.
have to learn that.
Well, I mean,
okay,
this-
if that's what you say it says,
Yes.
then that's what you're doing because
Yep.
you're the one in charge of that.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, you're a better man than me. I have to have a lot more control because I would be angry.
What happened to it,
But
Forman?
it's a life lesson for her, right? She learned,
what happened
and
to
so did you.
your
Yes.
cake souffle? What ended up
turns
happening?
out you can cook it all the way through if you cook it for about 3 times the amount of time it was supposed to cook for.
Quite thick, yes.
Because it's this tall now.
Yes.
So
And
now
will
it's a big
cook.
puffy cake.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't want to come out of the pan very easily.
I wouldn't
Okay,
think.
yeah.
Even though it's a greased pan and all, it's been baking for so long.
Yes, you've really cooked
that
it
they
in
bonded to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So when you try and take it out of the pan and put it onto a warming rack or a cooling rack, the whole thing falls apart into a giant mess all over the kitchen.
Oh, God. So did you even get any cake or
Well,
what?
yes, because I still want to salvage what we can.
Okay,
Of course.
sure, yeah.
Yeah.
This
Don't
is like
give
the
up.
time where Forman came over to my house and we were celebrating both of our birthdays and he brought a cake and the cake ended up on the floor somehow. But we salvaged that cake and we still ate floor cake.
We sure did.
Remember
we
that?
ate the floor cake, yes.
Yeah.
Because I think I took it from the counter to a table or the other way around, and
Yeah.
the whole cake slid off the tray.
Right.
And just,
Uh-huh.
yeah, made everyone
Okay.
very happy at that party.
Did
so
you
this,
yeah.
this is bits of cake all over our kitchen now. So you gather up everything that's not on the floor,
Yeah.
put it in a bowl, and look
Oh.
up, and then you Google, what do you do with broken cake?
Okay.
Sure.
Yes.
Well, I'm pretty sure you could add all kinds of things to
I think
that.
you could
Yeah.
make cake pops actually.
You sure can make cake pops.
Oh.
If you know what you're doing.
And?
Right.
Because
You
you're
need
supposed
icing.
to you add the icing into a bowl with all this broken cake and you mix it around.
Yep.
And then you form it into balls and dip them into melted chocolate.
Yeah.
And boom, you got a cake pop. Except
Wow. Problem
melting-
solver.
melting chocolate is a real hassle.
Yes. You have to do that on a double boiler. That's tricky.
And then when you put your ball of cake into that, it just falls apart into the melted chocolate, making a bigger mess.
You need a bit more icing then. You can-
No, there's
Stick it
probably
together.
almost too much icing.
I see.
Oh my God.
And this is when Ashley returns home to find us,
Oh, that's
Doing.
with balls of cake destroyed in melted chocolate that was melted improperly.
My best. This is my favorite
Improperly.
story, I think.
How
ever.
did
I
you melt
love
the
this story.
chocolate?
In a bowl on top of a pot on
Yeah.
top of the stove.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's a whole bunch of chocolate chips. And,
Right.
Harley was stirring them to melt them, and
Yeah.
it wasn't quite melted enough.
Oh.
Maybe
I
it
see.
needed to. Probably needed to add some either water or milk to that to make it a little more
Sure.
liquidy.
Right. Yeah.
Didn't do that
Butter,
either.
maybe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And maybe should have let the cake and icing mixture cool in the fridge for a while, so it wouldn't be so hot it fell
Oh.
apart in the melted chocolate.
Yes. Yeah. That's how it all
So
works. Yeah.
that's when
So-
Ashley took over, salvaged the cake pops, and
Oh
ended
my
up
God.
making the cake pops with the children, and I was uninvolved from that point on, and they turned out great.
It's probably wise.
No, you're not
Probably
allowed in the kitchen for a little
Yeah,
while.
probably wise.
Not to bake anything.
This is Due to Underwhelming Demand. It's Dave, Rachel, and Forman, the podcast that never overpromises but always underdelivers. That's our goal.
That's our life motto.
Yeah, so far so good.
So far, so good. Due to
The streak's
underwhelming.
alive.
Yeah, the streak's
That's right.
alive.
That's right.
I had something actually kind of overwhelming happen to me recently. And
Overwhelming.
Yeah, a little
Oh.
bit. A little bit.
Well, we're not
overwhelming.
allowed to talk about that on
Yeah.
this podcast.
No,
You've never
that's
done
a
that before.
wrong venue, I guess. As I was packing for my trip, actually,
Must be nice.
I know. So this was a week or two ago. I got an email on my phone, and I thought, okay, what is this? And you know, you get spam messages sometimes, so you're I don't ever click on links in the email. But this one was from Match.com, and it says, "Vicky, we're glad you're here." And I was like, what is this message? Because it came to my inbox, not my junk mail. And I thought, well, that's strange. So, what?
You're not
and
Vicky.
And I'm not Vicky, right? So
No.
I open the thing, and it says, please review your account information. So here's my zip code. I'm Match,
90210.
Match.com. I'm a woman seeking a man, and
Yeah.
password, click to retrieve it, and I could click there if I wanted to. And the email that was used was my business email, actually. So I thought, well, that's strange that would be used there. So I didn't click on the email I didn't click on the link in my email. What I did was, I'm like, well, I'm going to see if this is legit. So I'm going to go to Match.com and try and log in with my business email. Lo and behold, it works. Really? And then it sends me, let's reset your password. So then I get a match and I'm like, okay, so this is sending it to me, and it is from Match.com. So I click on reset password. So I log in to Match.com because now for some reason I have an account. Now I am still married, and actually at the time my daughter was with me. So while we're doing this, fun. Yeah, and I was like, Julia, this is strange. She's like, what is that? I'm like, well, this is a dating website. So somebody
you're
has
using it as
me
sort
up.
of a. Yeah, you're using this then. So she was with you while you were doing all of this.
Trying to date, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Really,
she was with me.
Yeah.
And
Once
so
again,
said,
I'm not sure this is something how old is she?
She's 11. Yeah, she's
no,
11. I don't bake with my kid. I teach her about dating websites.
Match.com, yeah.
That's not trauma she'll carry with her into
Not at all.
adulthood.
That's
No.
true.
Not at all.
That's true. So I logged in because I was a little worried that maybe somebody was using my photo, my email, and like trying to catfish people, right? Or something like that, right? Because I thought, this is strange. So somebody has obviously just signed me up because it's the welcome email that I got. Then I was able to log in and reset my password. So now I'm into this account. Now this person named Vicky has signed me up for Match.com, or signed herself up, I guess. Now she's not using my photo, but so this is her photo, and I don't know if you guys can see that there. That's her. Okay.
Her with the little dog.
She's got a little dog.
Or is that
I
a cat?
Sure.
I think it's a little dog. It's a little dog. So I went in and I thought she's got nothing on her profile. There's nothing really set up. I think she's just started this. So I was able to go in and kind of poke around for a bit. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know what this is, but I'm going to close this account because she's not paying for it. I'm not. Can you have a free account on Match? I don't know, but my credit card wasn't on there.
You're the expert.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
So I go
How
through.
would we know?
I'm like, I don't even know if Vicky, and it doesn't say much about Vicky. She didn't have any information. She just said she's a woman seeking a man. And so I'm kind of poking around a little bit. And in the time that I was maybe in Match.com for, I don't know, maybe 2-3 minutes, maybe, I get like 3 emails from men asking to talk to me.
Really?
To Vicky. They want to talk to Vicky.
But it's your picture.
It's not my picture. It's her picture, right?
Oh.
So it's her picture. So they don't know. It's just my email that she's somehow used.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it sounds to me like this is some sort of...
catfish, I think.
Yeah, so they just
think
have a
they're
standard
trying to-
stock photo of a woman with a dog.
Yeah.
We'll
They
call her
found my
Vicky,
business email
and
online.
We'll use this
random email
and see if we can.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, I'm gonna just close the account. So I go in and Julia's beside me. I'm like, okay, Julia, let's close this account down. I don't want it associated with my email. And so I did.
heard of read the instructions to you.
Yes. So I go in, I'm like, close account. Okay, yeah, close account. And then I get an email that, yeah, your account is closed. In that time, though, I get all these messages from men. So I got one, and I can't even read them anymore because you have to open it to read it, and now I've closed my account. Mr. Nice Guy from DC had messaged me, and he looks like an old white man in a suit. And somebody else had messaged a few other people that I have now deleted. But, I mean, it's amazing how quickly you get these emails. But I don't know what happened to Vicky. She doesn't have an account anymore, so hopefully she figures that out. But it's all taken care of. But for about 5 minutes, I was on the market, guys.
Okay. Sure. No, you
Well,
weren't.
Vicky was. Vicky was on the market.
It was Vicky, and I think Vicky is probably a 22-year-old sitting
Hacker?
in his basement. Yeah, sitting in his
that's
basement.
true.
So, yeah, well.
That's true. I'm trying to find some of the other emails some of the other messages, but like people were messaging immediately, and I thought, what the hell? I'm not even Vicky. How do you? Vicky just created this account. Like, back off. She doesn't even have a bio up yet. I should have just continued to catfish people
That's
myself.
You should have changed it to your picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put up your interests.
Oh, Jerry
Yes.
would have loved that.
yeah.
And then we'll see what you get.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
What
don't
were
know.
you
I
thinking?
think
Well, I
you
think
reactivate
Match.com is one of the legit ones, right? Like that's
Yeah.
like one of the legit. So I felt bad for
I mean,
people.
if you really wanted to teach your 11-year-old how the world works,
Yeah.
you should have put your picture
Here's
up.
how the internet works. Yeah.
That's right. What were you thinking?
People are not who they seem. Although we've talked about that before, so she knows.
Okay.
She
See,
knows.
all the fine young gentlemen that are interested, even though they
Yeah.
don't even know anything about you.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
She knows, and we've talked about that stuff before for internet safety, right? Because she has Roblox, and she has other. We have a MetaQuest. Oh, there's a thumbs up again. Why does that happen to me? If I have my thumbs up, it like gives a bubble. Look! Oh my God!
Fireworks.
Fireworks! How is that happening?
I don't know.
It's
is
that
that?
match
But if
profile.
you are listening to this podcast,
Yeah.
please ignore that.
It's
my-
that older gentleman in D.C.
Maybe.
The older gentleman in DC. Anyway, so we've talked about how she's not allowed to chat with people she doesn't know. She can't have friends that I don't approve of on her accounts and things like that. And so she then tells her friends, like, you can't talk to that stranger. That could be a creepy old guy from Idaho. And I'm like, exactly. Yes, Julia, you're right. So she gets that. So yeah, this was another drive that message home for her. Anyway, I'm not on Match anymore, so
Really wish you were.
We do too. Yeah, I think it would have been.
it would have made for an even better.
It would be
story,
better
I
for
guess,
Dave
sorry.
and Foreman if
Yeah,
you remained
that's
on
true.
Match.com.
Remained there.
Yeah,
and then
well,
we
when
could-
I told Jeremy about it, he's like, "You logged in?" I'm like, "Yeah, I wanted to see who's pretending to be me."
Is the weird part.
He's like, "Why did you log in?" I'm like, because I didn't know what they were using as my photo, like a photo."
I'd be a little suspicious
Yeah,
too, Jeremy.
I have
Yeah.
access to it.
Yeah. What are you doing logging in? That's right.
I would have assumed none of those links went to anywhere good, but you do you.
Well,
Yeah,
I
fine,
went
you
to the
just-
website and logged in. I didn't click on the links. Anyway.
This is due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast with Dave, Rachel, and Foreman. And don't forget about our website, underwhelming.ca. Go there and check out blogs, sign up for the newsletter, find all of our episodes or links to all the episodes. And you can also get a hold of us through our website.
Yes, you can send a voice note there if you want to be a part of the podcast, because we can play that on our podcast. You can leave us a message there. Our email is there. Also, you can just email us anytime, daverachelforeman@gmail.com.
Buy some coffee there.
Yeah,
Sure you can. Yeah,
absolutely.
You can do that. Sponsor the podcast. As you can tell, there wasn't one in this particular episode, so
No.
we're wide open. If you want to get, we have a good people, a group of people that listen all the time.
Yes.
So
And they're highly engaged, and we've heard from our sponsors that they have heard from our listeners. So it works.
Yeah.
And
And
it
you can
works.
even be anonymous because someone just bought us another 5 coffees saying,
Oh, thank you.
I've listened to your podcast since the beginning. Tuesday mornings are so much fun listening to the latest one.
Oh,
Thank
cool.
you.
Well, thank
So
you very
glad.
much for that. Again, underwhelming.ca, that's the website. This is the part of the podcast where we like to respond or get your feedback. So what do we got this time around?
Okay, I have an email from Anna Neufeld. She says, "Hi, my name is Anna. I just finished episode 25. Rachel,
25.
yeah, she's a little
a long way
behind.
back.
Wow.
This is
Keep
112.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anna, let us know when you get here. Episode 112, okay?
112, tell us the date and the year.
Yeah.
That's kind of neat. That'd be
Episode
fun.
25.
That'd be
She
fun.
says, Rachel, you're talking about aches and pains when you're 39. I'm 41 now. Yes.
Wow.
That was a long time ago. Girl, me and all my friends have aches and pains before we turned 18. Turns out we should have listened to our employer at the time and not picked up those heavy boxes. LOL. Oh, well, you live and learn, right? Yeah, that's true.
Aches
yeah.
and pains.
When you're 18, you're invincible. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
When you're 40, you're not so much.
Oh, tell me about it.
Christine sent us a
49
message.
forever, eh, Dave?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, Christine sent us a message saying, OMG, I'm laughing so hard at Rachel saying, and I quote, I don't know why it's like I'm planning to shit myself every day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
You
that
did
was
say
about
that.
packing excessive
All the
amounts of
underwear,
underwear,
yeah.
Yeah,
All
your
that
words, not
underwear.
mine.
which I still did.
And Christine says, we learned to ski in Quebec, so it's not a pizza stop, it's a Grand V.
A Grand V.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or Grand V, Grand V, Grand V.
I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know what that is. I call it a pizza.
Mm-hmm,
Okay.
Aaron, A-A-R-O-N, Aaron, said, Rachel, you either need less or more support in your insoles for your skates.
Oh, there you go.
You don't have enough support in your skates, which is why your feet hurt. And to pick a way to shoot, most people who play golf and hockey shoot the same way. I'm a lefty in golf and hockey. Hope that helps. How would you know with that one time you golfed this year?
That's right.
No, I golfed several times this year, and I'm a righty in golf. So I'm probably a righty in hockey. We have another one. We had a week off. We had a week off of hockey, and I was away, so I've had 2 weeks off. So I think next time I should have another hockey update for you.
This hockey adventure you've just started on, you keep missing practice.
You don't go
Well,
to.
the way that we've recorded, it hasn't happened in the time. Yeah, you're right. It sounds like that, doesn't it?
We're all living for the next practice, which
Yes.
you keep not going to.
Yeah,
you
that's
keep
true.
not going to it.
AJ had said, Rachel, first off, on the topic of the backpack weed sprayer.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that was Barb with the backpack sprayer that she got for
backpack
Valentine's
sprayer
Day
Barb.
or Christmas.
My husband purchased me a backpack-operated weed whacker and leaf blower for Mother's Day last year,
Okay.
and I absolutely love them.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Well,
He knows
good.
you well then, I guess.
Right.
I guess.
Battery-operated weed whacker / leaf blower. Damn, that's a piece
Well,
of
that's not a
equipment right
sprayer.
there.
I didn't know you could get a backpack weed whacker. Oh, no, it's just battery operated. It's not a.
battery-operated.
not a
whacker and
backpack.
blower. Yeah.
I see.
battery
Okay,
operated.
well.
Okay, that was
sure.
first off. Second off from AJ, it's called pizza to stop when skiing. No, it's not.
Yes.
The
it
guys
is.
are just dumb and don't
Snowplow.
know what they're talking about, as in
Snowplow.
you and I.
Yeah,
do.
she says
Snowplow.
pizza to stop and French fries to go fast.
Or
French
pick up more
fries
speed.
side parallel, right? Yeah.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
AJ's been an avid skier since she was 5 or 6. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's snow plowing.
Yeah, it's snow plowing.
You've
And
been
Well,
wrong
you're still
since you were
wrong.
5.
Yeah, right.
I had a
Okay.
skiing lesson within the last, I don't know, 6 or 7 years, and it was snowplow. That's what she said.
Because you're an adult. Because you're an adult.
AJ
children.
McKay, wrong
Sure.
since 5 years old. That's what your name should say. Thirdly,
I think you're right, AJ.
AJ goes on. Thirdly, I love that you are playing hockey. Well, apparently only sometimes.
No.
Yes.
It's been a while.
I grew up playing. I was a goalie, and I was pretty good, if I do say so. But take me out of my gear, and I absolutely suck at skating, so don't get too discouraged from playing with other hockey players. I'm sure they would gladly help you and give you some pointers. I
Sure.
love that you found a group of ladies to do this with, and I feel like there is hope, as I gave up my hockey career too soon and wish I had played longer in my younger years. Also, as my husband can't skate, I have now been tasked with teaching our 2-year-old son how to skate since she's a skater. So you best believe that the parent and taught skates are just as much practice for me as they are for him.
Yes. Well, it would be for me too. Sure. Yeah, the women on the team are awesome. The ones that are really good are very encouraging of us who are not very good. So, it's a great vibe all around. So you're right. Yeah.
Good vibe.
Good vibes.
We have a couple messages from Megan Clark. Did you see
Okay.
these, Rachel? Yeah.
No, I don't have them in front of me.
Well, you've responded to them. So
Okay. Well, I
It's
don't
all-
have them in front of me.
everything this week is for Rachel, as it turns out.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And it starts
Oh,
with
yes, Megan. Okay, yeah, you're
to
right.
Rachel. Do you want to read that?
Oh, let me scroll.
You
To
got a lot
Rachel.
of back
Okay,
and
yes.
forth.
I'm a bit behind, she says. Megan, she says, I'm a bit behind on listening to the podcast. I got an injury, but I'm currently listening to your hockey woes, especially regarding stopping. I used to teach skating to people of all ages, including adults. One of the first things we teach you is to stop. Yes. We do it by using a large permanent marker with a thick tip. We draw a star, a happy face, or whatever on the ice. Excuse me, you have to erase it with your blade, and that will get you used to the motion of stopping without having to pizza or run into the boards. Yes, we were practicing like pushing out, basically, like making
idea.
the snow
Yeah.
with our ice. You could have improved significantly by the time you get this message, of course. Just wanted to give you a tip in case you were finding it difficult.
She hasn't improved significantly because she hasn't been there.
No, I have not improved. She says also use the hair dryer to warm up the skate and then put it on. It helps to form to your foot for the pain. You can also try the soup can in the skate trick over a night or two, but I found it didn't help as much. I said,
stretch it out.
I will try that. And this is me replying. My feet hurt under the arches, so I don't know if that's a skate, like a boot issue or not. I think it's just because I have no arch support or muscles under there. I don't know.
Probably.
She says it may help to strengthen your feet. And she says, that's what I thought about the feet, but it couldn't hurt. I always wore orthotics in my skates, but I skated about 5 days a week. So I could do that. I did try some arch support soles in there, and it didn't really help. Like, it didn't help the arch support. It supported it, but I think it's the muscle. Like, I don't have muscles in there. Like, I haven't used those muscles. When you're doing hockey, it's like muscles that you didn't know you had are being worked. You're like, oh, where'd that come from? Why do I have pain there? Oh, you're using way different muscles.
Yeah,
so
that's what it's like with virtually all. It doesn't matter whether it's hockey or walking or riding a bike or if
Ashley
you don't do it for a
half
while.
the driveway yesterday, and she is down and out today. Yeah. And so finally, let's get to one more. We do have a voicemail sent to us through underwhelming.ca from Lindsay in Halifax, whose last name we don't know how to pronounce.
Oh, yes, Lindsay DeVost or DeVost.
This message is only 19 seconds, and I have a sinking feeling, well, not a sinking feeling, but a funny feeling that we're about to find out.
Here we go. All right.
Hey, Dave, Rachel, Forman, Lindsay here from Halifax. Just finished listening to episode 110, and you guys were trying to figure out how to pronounce my last name. It is pronounced DeVoe. Have a great day, guys. Bye.
Lindsay DeVoe.
DeVoe. You don't even pronounce the
No. Years
DeVoe.
later, we finally... Melody and I never knew the whole time I was on the air in Halifax either.
Well, if I'm going to say her name all the time, I want to know how to properly say it. DeVoe. Yes. Lindsay DeVoe. Thank you, Lindsay.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting us know and for all your messages. You keep them coming.
Sorry for literally the years of getting it wrong.
Yeah, we butchered your name. Poor Lindsay.
At least you got the Lindsay right.
Yeah.
It's hard to screw that up.
DeVoe. Lindsay. Yeah. Lindsay DeVoe. Okay.